All right, hi everybody, it's me. It's Sunday, and it's time for Inspectre Season 2. Now, this show it has its own flow, and mostly how Season 1, when I watched it, Season 1 had gone is there was one specific case they had regarding the supernatural, um, you know, Kotoko and Kuro, that involved this person who was a celebrity and she died, and then there was this, you know, it was basically the belief that she was still alive that was floating around the internet and everything, and they had to battle it and they had to squash it so that it could disappear. Now, that was last season, and that involved Kuro's, I think it was his sister or cousin. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I watched this show, but now we had episode 1 last week, which I did, and it had involved a doll. This one we're getting into is going to, I think, take up majority of the season. So logistically, what this episode is, and just title, I think it was Price of Flesh. That's the episode title of this one, and we don't focus on um, we don't focus on Kuro and Kotoko. I say their names right. Yeah, Kotoko and Kuro. We don't focus on them. We focus on this guy who gets pushed off a mountain in the snow. And he's rescued by. I've seen some animes involve this legend, especially the legend of the Snow Woman. Of course, that's what they call her in the show. They call her yuki-onna. Yeah, she's basically a snow woman. A snow woman controls snow and ice and so on and so forth. And she she sees the guy, and it's funny the back and forth. She's adorable. She's so funny, this character. And saying, she was gonna kill him, but no, she saves him, and she tells him not to tell anyone about this because if she does, she's gonna kill him. It's funny though. It's played off for laughs. But when he gets back from being in the snow and being hurt, he confronts the guy who pushed him, and he goes to jail. Now he gets a sum of money because of this situation, and he's able to live comfortably. He says basically he's able to live comfortably at that point without for like a while, and then they show like 11 years later, and he lives in this town, very remote, very inclusive, if you want to call it that, and he bumps into the Snow Woman again, Yuki-onna, and it's funny. She's sitting there, she's eating ice cream, like, and basically, he explains to her, here and there, and he tells her, he's like, "You sure you were supposed to do that?" He tells her about the time when he was saved by Yuki-onna, and it's like she knows it's him. It's a joke. But then she explains to him what happened to him. His friend betrayed him. He lost his job, and he got divorced. So all these things happen. So he's basically he doesn't want any interaction with anyone. And then he starts living with the Snow Woman and Yuki-onna, and he says that he's got enough money to last for 30 years. So he starts cooking for her. And it's kind of sweet, and it's a good relationship, and then during the episode, he has a phone call from his former colleague who was saying about a job opportunity, not really a job opportunity, just checking in on him. She was checking in on him, and that's basically what would happen there. Now, she kind of flirts with him, But she does mention the lady, which is Kotoko, about her, and how she told Yuki-onna to, make sure you don't cause trouble for humans. That's basically the whole gist. And what ends on happening is, at a certain point in the episode, the next few shoe drops. Cops show up at his house, and apparently his ex-wife has been murdered. But he was there the whole time. Now, here's the thing. Yuki-onna can corroborate his alibi. But she can't be seen by other humans. Yeah. So what ends on happening is then we do eventually cut off and go back to Kuro and, Kuro and Kotoko. And, he explains to her what's going on. So basically, this is the story. So they are going to try to solve this murder and clear his name. I believe that's what majority of this season's going to be. Because I take a look at the cover of the show, and it clearly that's what it's going to be. Now, I don't know if his I think this is his sister, Rika, is going to get involved, but it seems like she will, but we'll see. But that's what this episode, I really like the dynamic, because they step away from the main characters, and they show this, and you get into the story, and I liked it. It was, I liked the Yuki-onna. She was cute and sexy, I guess, in a weird way. But I liked how it was done. I liked how it was approached. Overall rating, I think I would say I like this more than episode 1. A little bit more, because there's a lot more involved. Definitely would say 9, 10 out of 10. I would say 9 out of 10. Because, even though, they're showing us this new thing, I thought it was a little bit too much. Plus, it's just like, he gets, I found it to be kind of depressing. He has no job. He has no job. He's divorced. He was betrayed by his friend. And now though he has enough money to comfortably live. Until these cops show up, which is kind of stupid. Personally, I think it might have been, I don't want to say, but I think it was his friend who got in trouble. I think he might have hired someone to kill his ex-wife or something. Who knows? But this should be interesting. As we continue for like next week with this show, it's kind of wondering how this is going to play out. I don't know how it's going to play out. It should be interesting though. I should mention one more thing. Towards this week and towards the end of the week, you guys are going to see a lot of first impressions. Now, I'm adding an isekai to the first impressions list. This is one that I just saw. It just came out. So this one might be not this week. It'll be the following week. I'm going to give it like a 3-episode watch. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous up to the nth, 10th degree. Look forward to that. But everything else, I'll come out with first impressions towards the majority of this week. Look forward to that. This is Bakan 922. We got ourselves a Snow Woman case. The guy did not kill his wife. Ex-wife. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'll see you guys later. Peace.